she wasn't here. Kids weren't here. I have no idea like where they went. It's like a nightmare that I just can't wake up from.
In August 2018, a seemingly loving father stood on television, pleading for the safe return of his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters. Chris Watts appeared heartbroken, but just 2 days later, the world would discover a horrifying truth. He was the man who killed them all. This is the shocking case of Chris Watts, the man who murdered his family and buried his secrets in oil fields. On August 13, 2018, Shanann Watts returned home from a business trip. Her friend, Nicole Atkinson, dropped her off around 2 a.m. It was the last time anyone would see Shanann alive. Later that morning, Shanann missed an important doctor's appointment. Nicole became worried and contacted the police. When officers arrived at the Watts family home, they found Shanann's phone, purse, car, even her dog still there. But Shanann and her daughters Bella and Celeste were gone. Chris claimed he last saw Shanann at 5 a.m. when he left for work. He said they had an emotional conversation the night before. Still, something felt off. The next day, Chris appeared on local news begging for his family's return. But behind the scenes, police were suspicious. Chris agreed to take a polygraph test and failed it miserably, scoring one of the lowest results possible. When confronted, he finally admitted to killing Shanann, but claimed he only did it after seeing her kill their daughters. It was a lie. Investigators used GPS data from Chris's work truck to trace his movements. It led them to a remote oil site where he worked. There, they found Shanann's body in a shallow grave.
We have been able to recover a body that we're quite certain is Shanann.
Nearby, in separate oil tanks, were the bodies of Bella and Celeste. Bella had injuries that showed she fought for her life. Celeste had no visible injuries. Both had been smothered.
Imagine the horror in Bella's mind as her father took her last breaths away.
Shanann was 15 weeks pregnant with a son, Nico. As police dug deeper, they discovered Chris had been having an affair with a co-worker named Nicole Kessinger. While his wife and daughters were away visiting family, he spent his time with Nicole, even planning a future with her. On the night of the murders, Chris and Shanann argued. She confronted him about the affair. He told her he didn't love her anymore. When she said, "You'll never see your kids again," Chris snapped. He strangled Shanann, then smothered both daughters. He loaded their bodies into his truck and dumped them at the oil site. Chris Watts eventually confessed to everything. He was arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. To avoid the death penalty, he pleaded guilty. In November 2018, Chris Watts was sentenced to 3 life sentences without the possibility of parole. His case shocked the world. A man who murdered his entire family, not out of rage, but out of cold, calculated selfishness. He is currently serving time in a maximum security prison in Wisconsin. Chris Watts portrayed himself as a loving husband and father, but forensic evidence, GPS tracking, and his own lies exposed him. Justice was served. But no punishment will ever undo the horror of what Chris Watts did to his wife, his daughters, and his unborn son. If you found this story powerful, subscribe for more deep dives into true crime and forensic investigations. What part of this case shocked you the most? Comment below.